Chili from Philly. Nick Papagiorgio from Yuma.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to another episode of What's Up, Yuma Radio. I'm Johnny Porter.
And I'm Victor Calderon. And Johnny, we are back on air.
Yes, we are. I was able to take the day off. We're part of the pledge drive yesterday, and I think it's still going on today.
Yeah, so it's pledge drive time here at KWC and Kofa Border Radio. So we had a show yesterday. It was our general manager, our outgoing general manager, Dave Reek, who is retiring at the end of the month. So he was the special guest yesterday's show. And to remind our listeners, if you like what you're hearing, if you like What's Up Yuma, if you want to support the station, the number to call is 877-838-5292, or you can go to kwc.org and donate in any amount.
Yeah, absolutely. They took over, and it looked like they had a great time. So
yes,
that was great. What'd you do with your day off?
I focused on my work on the news radio side.
Yeah, you didn't get a day off. Yeah.
I was here in studio.
Yeah, I was up super early, and I went to my office over at What's Up Media, and I was there. They got in, and I was like, wait a minute, did somebody clean up in here? And I was like, yeah, I get up early no matter what. So I'm in there cleaning up. So they got that treat. But who do we have with us today, Victor?
So today is Juneteenth, and we're going to get into what that is and what the history of the day is. But we have Beverly Cade and Yuma Councilwoman Karen Watts from the NAACP. Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning.
Beverly reminded me she is the president of it. And now it is the NAACP, right?
Correct.
It used to be NAA, right. But maybe some rebranding. I'm a branding guy. I'm a marketing guy, so I get it. Like you go through rebranding. But so we're going to get to that. Yes, what Juneteenth is. But you've been on the show before, but we'll briefly touch on who each of you are. And Beverly, you're from Yuma originally?
Yes, I'm third generation.
Third generation?
Yes.
Yeah, but your family, what was it like growing up here when you were young?
Fun. But we lived I lived by O.C. Johnson School, and that's the school I went to, O.C. Johnson. And then, of course, we went to Post and then 4th Avenue, and then Yuma High. We're criminals.
Oh, criminals. Yeah. What was Yuma High like?
Yuma High was far away from my house.
Was it?
13 blocks I had to walk.
You had to walk?
I had to walk.
Oh, my goodness. Do you tell that story to your kids? I had to walk 13 blocks in order to get to Yuma High, to be a criminal.
To be a criminal, right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, and then Miss Watts, you're councilwoman, thankfully not running during this term, right?
Thankfully not running.
You're safe, you're good. So what about you? Are you originally from Yuma?
I am originally from Yuma, and I beat her. My relatives come back from the 1800s.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So what brought them here?
I think they were just traveling up through Mexico and ended up, it's a long story.
Yeah. You don't have to have the whole story, but like they were traveling and they said, yes. Yuma, we like it.
Yes. They ended up at the border. It wasn't even a state back then.
Yeah, it was quite some time. Is agriculture at all, or just...
Well, I know my great-grandfather was an entrepreneur, and we have an old hotel on Gila Street, and that's family that he built that, and then he died in the flu epidemic of 1918. Wow. But that was for, boarding, and he always had all kinds of projects.
So is that hotel, the building, still there on Gila?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it functional right now? Is it like?
Oh, it's not functional as a hotel, but
as a hotel. But is it like?
Yeah, my sister and I lived. I used to live there. I raised my kids there.
Oh, wow.
We're right behind Lutz Casino.
Oh, okay, all right.
It's kind of a fun, It hasn't been an active hotel since the 70s.
Yeah, so I'm familiar with where it's at now. That you mentioned right behind Lutz Casino. Very cool. And so, but what prompted you to run for city council?
Oh, I just kept having people ask me because they wanted representation. There wasn't a lot of representation, and they thought I was good for it, and I finally agreed, and what did I get myself into?
So how long ago was that when you finally agreed? And
it was like, 2017, I think, is when I ran, back when it was still on the odd years.
And so tell me about that, the representation. People, they're coming to you and saying that. Who's saying that, and kind of where are you hearing that?
Well, at the time, it was all male. Leslie had been off, and she ran at the same time I did. But she was running, like her second or third time, I'm not sure. And they just wanted some more representation. There was not a lot of social issues and things like that.
Yeah, social issues. Yeah, absolutely.
And they knew that I was involved in all these groups, like Amberley's and what was I doing back then? Crossroads, all that kind of stuff.
So what I guess what prompted you to do that? Because I know when somebody becomes in leadership, then they get involved with those things, but you were already there, part of these things, and that's where they recognized you from.
Right. Yes.
So what prompted you to be involved with Amberley's Place, Crossroads Mission?
Well, it just kind of fell in my lap because nobody else wanted to do that work, and I was comfortable doing that work. Mm-hmm. And I'm one of the founding members of Amberley's, so it just kind of naturally fell in my nursing career.
So where there's a need, you sort of fill that need, right? Because as you say, people don't necessarily get involved. Good people are always needed for local nonprofits like that.
Right. They couldn't get a doctor to agree, and at the time I was a nurse practitioner. Nobody wanted to get involved because you have to spend a lot of time. You might go to court. It's you got to make tough decisions.
Mm-hmm. And so people recognize you from that. You're making the tough decisions. You're doing these things, and it said, okay, we would like some more representation in Yuma, and you decided to run.
Yes, I figured it was time for grassroots. If you want to know the truth, it was Obama and his speech at the end when he left office, and he was saying it's all about grassroots.
And that kind of inspired you.
I finally agreed. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. No idea.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But thank you for doing it. I'm glad somebody does it. I'm not going to do it.
But my hard work is what I do for a living, so I enjoy being on the council.
Yeah, and then tell everybody what you do for a living.
Oh, I'm a nurse practitioner. I do primary care, all ages. I work at Crossroads Detox. I'm still the medical director at Amberley's. I do forensic exams.
Wow.
I also help at the Juvenile Detention Center. So
that's a lot of hats to wear. That is. I'm being serious. You should be commended for that. That's a lot of things to give selflessly to the community.
But that's why I enjoy the city council, because it's totally out of my box. I had to step out there, and I enjoy it. It's fun.
Mm-hmm. And so, Miss Cade, I would say Miss Cade because you were 8th grade. I think I remember meeting you in Miss McNeil's class. Me and Anthony Carlos back then. We won't go into that in this episode, but. So how about you? How did you get involved with the NAACP?
When I retired, I just decided to do something different, and so I wanted to volunteer for something, and I ended up at the NAACP. Back then it was Bud Johnson. He was the president, and so he kind of got me going and taught me how to. He was my mentor, and dealing with Juneteenth is when I first started off, way back when. I don't even remember when, but that's what I started doing.
Okay, and so tell everybody, you said retired. Where did you retire from? The education system, right?
Yes, Yuma School District 1. I retired in 2010, but now I substitute teach. And so.
Okay, so you're still part of that.
Absolutely.
You're still there. Now, what did you do at your time at the education level? Because I remember you come in, you helped us, and you were actually fun, and but you were serious, and we had to get our work done.
Exactly.
So is that what you did for everybody?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I still do that.
You still do it.
It wasn't just you, Johnny.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So I was an aide. I retired as a teacher's aide for 30 years.
30 years.
30 years, Yuma School District 1. So yes.
So what was it like being a teacher's aide for the school district?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, I always had people that I work with, and I worked mainly with the special ed department. And so I was going into the classrooms and helping the kids where they needed the most help. And so I really enjoy that. And so now being a sub, I can go in the classroom and I could pick out who really needs help, and I could pick out all the special needs kids.
So then you have a similar heart to where there's a need that you want to go meet that need and figure out. And like you said, you go in as a substitute.
Yes.
You're only there for maybe a few days or whatever. But you could pick out like that person struggling, which was me, right? Because I struggled. I was in the special education system. And so I always struggled, and I needed an aide to help because the teacher's busy trying to, get some semblance of order, right? And then it's like I felt like I was all alone. Like I can't do this. I don't understand. I needed more help. So you were there to be able to provide that.
Yeah, and that's what we do. And even today, when I walk in a classroom and introduce myself, and you can look around and tell who's who. And so as soon as we start working, I could tell who needs help. And so I automatically go right to that kid.
All right. And you said you retired and then you became a part of this organization and you started to work on Juneteenth. In our last episode, you mentioned that you weren't even familiar with what Juneteenth was until later in life.
Right.
So tell me a little bit about why you think that is.
Because we grew up in Yuma, and Yuma does not have anything about black education in the school system. Only thing they do is Martin Luther King. And so you know all about Martin Luther King, but you don't know, well, you know the Peanut Man, Carver.
Yeah, Carver.
But that's it. And you don't learn anything about, you know, Juneteenth and the struggles that the slaves had. And I remember growing up, my dad telling us, you know, different things, you know, but you really don't think about that so much. And he always used to tell us, you know, you have to be the best. You have to be the best. You know, you can't be like everybody else. You always have to step out. And so the older sisters listen, you know, because we have my oldest sister is a prosecutor, and then my one next to her has 2 master's degree. And so they listen to their dad. I just kick back.
You kick back a little bit.
I want to help kids. That's what I want to do.
But I don't think there's even a separation from it. Like it's everybody. Sometimes you need a prosecutor, and sometimes for reals. And then and then I needed help. Right? You helped me, so I think that's very valuable. Right?
Yes.
So you listened in your own way.
Yes, and absolutely, and just like you remember me, and I could walk out and be shopping or whatever, and they'd be like, "Hey, aren't you Miss Cade?" Or "Are you a monster?" And I said, I am a monster.
Gila monster. Yeah, Gila Vista, Gila monster.
Yeah, so it's good.
Yeah, so then being part of this organization, what was it like to start learning about this, a little bit about the history for you?
Well, it's an eye-opener, for sure. I mean, we grew up in Yuma, and what's so funny about Yuma is that we grew up and we all got along. We didn't see the racism until we got older. Actually, I can say I didn't really see it until I got in the workforce. But growing up in school, I have the same friends from first grade. As a matter of fact, we just met Wednesday night at the crossing. There was like 20 of us. Yeah. And everybody was all different colors. And we were all sitting there laughing and talking and making plans to go to Seaport Village next month, you know, as a group. And so we didn't see all this that I learned about after joining the NAACP and learning all our
live radio.
history.
It's all good.
No, what song is that? Now I just want to know what song.
It sounded like 90s.
Yeah, it sounds good. I like it. Whatever it was, you're all good.
I'm so embarrassed.
No, don't be embarrassed. That's awesome. So you're learning about this, and like you said, you grew up in Yuma, and I think Yuma is a unique place.
Yes.
There's one thing I like learning about some stuff, but I also like being colorblind and not, just living and just existing, right? Because there wasn't anything like that. Your friends were your friends.
Yes, and the thing about it is, but when you grow up black and then you have black sons, now we as women don't see it as much, but when you get, a black man, they see racism a lot.
Yeah, and something different.
Yes. And so growing up, you have to teach your kids, and that's when you start learning too. When you start seeing.
So just from being a parent.
Just from being a parent of a black child.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something else.
I want to ask you, so going off of that, when we covered the MLK March and our reporters, were talking to people about what this meant to them and why it was important for them, a lot of people said it was finding community, right? So going off of that, what has it meant to you, both of you, to find, the black community within an area that's largely white, largely Latino?
Well, we're always reaching out. We're always, and so it's funny because I was just telling Karen on the way up here, I've been wearing these shirts, all my different Juneteenth shirts, and so I'll see somebody in the store and they say, "Oh, I like that shirt," and we're having Juneteenth, and I tell them when down at Carver Park and the whole bit. So yeah, it's a.
So tell everybody who is on your shirt today, and you said you recently learned who this was.
This is Dr. Opal Lee, and she's considered the grandmother of Juneteenth, and I learned about her from one of the NAACP members. Her name is Imani Thomas, and she's very, very well versed in all kind of black history. And so she told me the story of Dr. Opal Lee and how she was an educator as well, and she'd walk 2.5 miles a day and get people to sign a petition to put Juneteenth as a national holiday. And then on June the 17th, 2021, President Biden.
That's when Biden ended up signing it.
Yes, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and she was retired and everything. She was in her 80s by then, and she's still alive. And I think she's like 97 now.
Oh, wow. That's, so what is it like even to learn about stuff like that? And then how many T-shirts do you have of these people?
I have a lot of.
You have a lot. Cool. I love it. No,
As many as I have sports jerseys.
Yeah, he's a sports jersey guy, and so you have these shirts. But you're out there, like you said, some conversation starter out when you're out doing your daily duties, going to grocery shopping, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, what is that?
Yeah, and it's black people who walk up to you and say, "Hey, what's happening with Juneteenth?" And you explain to them,
And so, since you've been the president, have you seen it grow?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Do you want to say a little bit about it, Karen?
She's done a great job. I met her when I ended my term. I had nothing to do all of a sudden. I do always have.
Yeah.
I did something else. And I joined NAACP and I met her. And, there's always a core people who actually do the work. And she was one of them. And I was there willing to help. And so we've been sharing things and getting these programs. The MLK, it's grown. The Juneteenth has grown. It's huge.
Yes, and so we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to talk about some of that growth on the other side, what to expect today, because when you got in here, you guys said you just came from the park, and you guys were setting up for tonight, right?
Yes.
And then thank you for coming and do this interview, and hopefully it's a nice little break for you, but you got to go back out there after this. We're going to talk about what you can expect tonight right after this. You're listening to What's Up Yuma Radio right here on 94.7 KOFA Border Radio.
KOFA Border Radio doesn't sound like any other radio station in Yuma. We are a non-commercial source for music from around the world, across the decades and local artists. Our hosts are volunteers. If you would like to get involved, send an email to music@borderradioaz.org.
What's Up Yuma Radio is sponsored in part by Nova Home Loans, serving Yuma County and nearby communities. Nova Home Loans offers residential lending services, including home loans and refinancing. They are also proud supporters of local community efforts and organizations. More information is available at novahomeloansyuma.com.
You're tuned to 94.7 FM. The weather forecast for Yuma today is sunny with a high near 105 and a south-southwest wind around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear tonight with a low around 72. The four Republicans hoping to be their party's nominee for governor clashed Wednesday night over tax policy, vouchers, and mail-in voting. To read more on the Arizona Republican gubernatorial debate, visit kawc.org/news. Stay tuned to 94.7 FM, KOFA Border Radio.
I use KAWC almost on a daily basis in my car. It's the background for chores around my house. And I go to the website and look for stories that are of interest, and I listen to podcasts. I look to the news on NPR because I'm looking for something beyond the headline or a soundbite or a gotcha moment. I really want news that shows me sort of the multiple dimensions of a story, that seeks information from multiple sources and doesn't tell me how to think. It just presents the issues, and I really appreciate that. Being a sustaining member of a service like KAWC takes the mystery out of it for me. So I know that I am supporting every month. I also know that I don't have to remember to sit down and write a check at the end of the year or a budget for a check at the end of the year, right? It's kind of coming out of my account every month, and that makes me feel a little bit like I'm part of the team. I'm Lori Stoft from Arizona Western College, and I'm a proud supporter of KAWC Yuma.
Run by music lovers like yourselves, KOFA Border Radio has what you need. A non-commercial home filled with music heard from all over the world. Tune in at 94.7 FM, 1320 AM on the KOFA app or at borderradioaz.org.
What's up, Yuma? Welcome back to What's Up, Yuma Radio. And before we get any farther in today's event, tell us a little bit more, or tell us about some of the other events and the other unique things that the NAACP offers, and then we'll get into tonight's festivities.
Well, since I became president, it used to be the main things were just the Martin Luther King walk and Juneteenth, but now we have a lot of Black History Month, and we have something going on every weekend in February.
Okay.
And then we also do a community fashion show that takes place in September with the churches and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Second Baptist Church is the host.
And where's that located at? Second Baptist, yeah.
I think it's on, 14th?
It's on 14th?
But we do it at the MLK building because it's bigger.
Oh, okay. You do it at the building. Okay,
right.
You just partner with them.
We partner with them, and they host with us, and so that's pretty neat. And then we have the Freedom Fund Banquet, of course, and that takes place in October and November.
And you say the other one's a fashion show?
Yeah, we have a...
So tell me about how that came to be, or what you can expect at one of these fashion shows.
Yeah, so that just started last year. It was the first year we had the fashion show. Actually, it's our pastor, Pastor Porter.
Okay. I like the last name. That's cool.
No relation to Johnny, most likely, but you never know.
So Pastor Porter came up, and he wanted to do it, and so he put down he's cool. So he's a member too of the NAACP, and so and the First Lady and the deacons, and so we have a few members from Second Baptist Church, and so Miss Jackson though. Deborah Jackson is the one who, she's in NAACP, and she was over our education. And so she likes to do stuff like that too. And so she chairs that all the time.
She chairs that. And so like each different event has a different chair that kind of was responsible for. Now, these events, do they also kind of help raise money, or do they provide a service? What is the main goal? Or is it education, awareness? Or just having fun because, hey, let's have fun. You know what I mean?
I always get in trouble because I don't know how to fundraise, but I know how to do community. So I'm always giving back, giving our money to.
Karen, what are we going to do about that?
I tried.
You tried.
Yeah. But you know, we've had fish fries, we've had tacos.
Right.
Because I remember that's the other, we talked about the fish fry. You guys
and that was awesome.
Yeah, you were making me very hungry when I did that episode, and that went well.
It went really well, and they want the community asked for another one.
They want more.
But this is the first year that we've actually been fundraising because I always give back. I like to deal with kids. That's my whole thing, kids and the elderly.
So let's move on. Tell us a little bit about what Juneteenth is and what it represents, and then we'll get into what to expect.
So Juneteenth represents freedom. It's just, that was the end of the slavery part in Texas. Just Texas now.
Just Texas, okay.
Just Texas because President Lincoln had already written the Proclamation of Emancipation in, what was that,
1863 around?
63. But nobody told the slaves in Texas that they were, free.
Right.
And so he sent Major General Granger on June 19th with the order, they call it Order Number 3, and he read that. And so that's when the slaves in Texas became free. So that's how they put the June and the 19th together. So it's Juneteenth.
So what can people expect tonight? Because there's an event, and tell us when and where.
So we have two events. So at 12 o'clock, from 12 to 3, we're going to have the Youth Day. So it's going to be just for kids, and everything is free. And they're going to have 6 stations. And then they're giving away 4 bikes there.
Oh, wow.
Everything is free. We have Kona Ice coming, and Kona Ice is going to give a small icy to the first 100 kids.
So this is at Carver Park?
No, this is at the MLK building.
Okay.
It's at the MLK, so they get to be air conditioned.
Oh, that's cool. Yes. So they're in the air conditioning.
Yes.
And so the bikes, where did the bikes come from?
Well, Kenny Camareno.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's the one that's been giving us money for bikes for, I'm going to say, the last almost 10 years.
10 years
yes,
he's been doing this.
He's been really great with us. And so he's been putting on that. And, when he first started, of course, the $1,500, it would buy everything. But now we're just down to 20 bikes. We get 20 bikes for it. Well, actually, we paid $2,000 this time. $2,100 worth of bikes. But then we have Amanda Gary,
Regional Border Health.
Okay, so she,
Yeah, I do that to Victor too.
Yeah.
It's like Victor, you know.
Teamwork, yeah, teamwork.
So this is
teamwork.
great.
If I don't know something, I might, and then let
so
vice
she's
versa.
another one of the big supporters, and so is Anti-Drug Coalition, and that's Joanne Pfizer.
Yep.
She's over that.
She's
and
amazing as well.
She is amazing. I've known Joanne since she took over that position, and so the Yuma Airport is another big one. The Democratic Party. They're another one who supports us. And they even support us by sending volunteers to help with the actual event.
Yeah. Okay. So are they going to be cutting the watermelons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about what's going on for the evening event. Yeah.
So
That's what I would do. I'd put them to work. Like, hey, there you go. Here.
yeah,
Coordinated with a knife, you got the job.
Yeah, you got the job.
And don't cut yourself.
Don't cut
Yeah,
yourself.
don't cut yourself. But yeah, so we're gonna have volunteers but we have a DJ, and that's Bobby Mack.
Shout out to Bobby Mack, one of my mentors.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. And so we have that, and we also have all kind of stuff for the kids to do, and then we're gonna have AWC.
Okay.
AWC will be performing.
Oh, so what performance?
They're gonna be singing some songs.
Oh, okay.
The choir.
The choir.
Choir.
AWC choir. They're going to be out there?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're gonna be out there, and so that's gonna be good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
And we have YPD, and we have the fire truck out there, and so it's going to be awesome.
So is there going to be anything like water related, water balloons or anything? How are we going to keep cool out there?
The fire truck.
The fire truck, that'd be great.
Yeah.
If you do that, that would be awesome.
No,
that makes
they
no,
actually
like
come.
could they hose people? Or,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, this is great. This is,
Yeah.
Why couldn't
Well,
it be Juneteenth all the time? Go ahead.
Well, the water little park
Oh
is on
yeah,
the
it's
other
right there.
side.
They have the little water thing.
Yeah,
but
so you
I
can run
forgot
through
about that.
Yeah.
There's
we-
going to be over 35 vendors.
Oh, okay.
So this is going to be a big
So it has grown.
It's
Yes.
grown.
Yeah, wow, that's grown a lot. So my hat's off to you, Beverly. You've done a lot, and it sounds
Thank
like
you.
it's only going to get bigger and better.
Yes.
And thank you as well, Karen. I appreciate you keeping her in line.
I'm her sidekick.
Yeah.
She tells me what to do, and I do it.
So tell everybody again one more time when and where.
So the kids' part is from 12 to 3 at the MLK building. So that's the youth day. And then everybody else is going to start partying at 6 o'clock from 6 to 10 at Carver Park.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Oh, real quick, the social media handles, how to find you on social media. No?
Or online.
Or online,
NAACP.
website.
Just search
If somebody wants-
NAACP Yuma.
There you go. Okay, we'll do that.
10:16.
Yeah, we're
10:16.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys so much.
Jilly from Philly, Nick Papagiorgio from Yuma.